Hey Queens, hey. Hey Queens, hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in. The water is fine, y'all. The water is fine. I am so excited as always. I am Coach K Beautiful. I help women who are spiritually locked in survival mode unlock their true identity in Jesus Christ. I am a spiritual life coach, and this is the Throne Room. So, welcome to Thy Kingdom Come podcast. Grab your Hello Beautiful mugs with your favorite drink of delight, and let's enter the throne room, shall we? Let's start the countdown. Let's go. Mhm. And it's the intro. You're about to enter the throne room. Conquering the queendom of daughterhood, womanhood, and motherhood is a quest we can't accomplish on our own. So we invite queens from all over the world to share their struggles, their triumphs, and their quests in conquering their queendom. We pray that God restore, reveal, and revive us into the queens He wants us to become. God's will be done, Thy queendom come. Hey y'all, hey. Y'all know exactly what I'm about to say, right? It's the intro for me. I absolutely love it. Welcome back to the throne room. It's been a minute, but as always, I'm always live every third Friday of every month. So welcome back to the throne room, queens. Big things have been happening since we were last with each other. I can't wait to share some of the good news. So, as I said before, I started this thing, 5:30 devotions with Coach K Beautiful. You can join every Monday through Friday, 5:30 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, live on Instagram. It has been a complete blessing. It has been life changing, not just for me, but for all the queens that tap in with me. And I absolutely love doing it. Also, as a reminder, Thy Kingdom Come podcast is now on your favorite podcast stations. Woo woo. This was a big thing as well. I keep getting asked the question, well, how do I listen to your podcast? Well, honey, how do you listen to any other podcast? Yup. Do you use Apple? Do you use Spotify? Google? Listen, Facebook, YouTube, I'm everywhere. To God be the glory. I'm so happy my podcast got approved on these stations, and you can definitely tune in and listen. And now for the biggest big thing, the big thing that's really been happening is drum roll, please. I have a brand new website. I'm so hyped. Brand new website. It is www.coachkbeautiful.com. Yes, it is. You can book consultations, book Coach K for speaking engagements, and you can buy Hello Beautiful merch. Speaking of some HB merch, I'm drinking out of my jumbo cup tonight with that good water. Thank God for the living water. You can also purchase your mugs, your t-shirts, your jackets on www.coachkbeautiful.com. It was a whole rebranding. And I'm super, super blessed. Definitely blessed for that to get accomplished. All right, so as always, we're going to jump into our one-word check-in. How has your week been? How's your week been this week? Definitely drop it in the comments. I want to see how your week has turned out in this third week in February. So if I was to really reflect on my Monday through Friday this week, the one word I will use is humble. Definitely humble. I ran away from my calling for such a long time. So to really be stepping and walking in this purpose, it's a whole nother level. And to actually reflect on the growth of my business, the evolution of myself, the evolution of my business, to the point where now everything that I encompass is under Coach K Beautiful, is mind blowing. And it's to God be the glory. And I must say, it is definitely humbling. So humble is that word. Hi, love the glasses. Thank you so much. You know, I had glasses since the fourth grade. It has to be something cute. You know, all of y'all that got glasses out there, let me see some hearts in the comments. Put it in the comments. It's part of our identity. It's definitely part of our identity, these glasses. So thank you very much. Thank you. So come on, give me some one words. How has your week been this week? Drop a word in the comment. Um, someone put cold. I don't know where you're at, but definitely it's been warm and then dropping cold here in Philly. And my son got sick and I'm sick. When you got asthma, you can't play around with these type of things. So I feel you with that word cold. Someone else said busy. Busy bee. I feel you. Well, I hope you're able to relax and get recharged this weekend on this long weekend. You know, I said to my husband, I said, it's a long weekend. He said, for what? I was like, President's Day weekend. He said, ain't nobody celebrating no presidents. Obama, my president. Where's the lie, though? Where's the lie? All right. So, yes. Oh, someone else put full Hannah. Hi. That's my day one. I know your week has definitely been full with your baby turning one. I can't. It's disrespectful. Me and my bestie believe that these kids need to stop because it's disrespectful when they grow up this fast. Okay. So yes. Okay. Someone else put grateful. Very nice. I pray that your week continues to be grateful and you continue to give God thanks for all the little things, the breath of life, every little thing that we tend to take for granted, right? Hannah, you sitting there laughing. It's disrespectful. You know it. All right, y'all. I am so excited to jump into this episode. All right, so we are on episode 2 in season 1, and it's called Spiritually Locked in a Fairy Tale. I gotta tell y'all, this one is gonna be fun tonight. I hope you guys laugh. I hope you guys engage because it's gonna be really, really good. So this season is all about being spiritually locked, being completely spiritually locked. And last episode, we learned that there's 3 definitions that I'm always talking about when we talk about being locked, right? We got the lock definition to be fixed in a place so that movement or escape is impossible. We have the lock definition to be entangled or jammed, that type of interlocked. And we also have lock, which means to fasten something with a key, right? So I'm loving y'all on Instagram. Let me see those hearts if you remember those definitions of being locked. Well, tonight's episode is all about that second definition, them entanglements. We're going with them entanglements tonight, y'all. So entangled definition, you know the teacher and me always got to drop some type of dictionary word. So entangled definition is to be involved with something or someone in a way that makes it difficult to escape. And yes, wait, I see the eye emojis and everything in the comments. Yes, honey, them entanglements, right? Well, tonight, we're going to focus on being spiritually locked in the entanglement of a fairy tale. The entanglement of a fairy tale. I know that sounds crazy because it's like, wait, don't we want fairy tales? Like, we want the happy ending. Listen, honey, whoo, it's about to get real up in here tonight. So let's check in. Who is your favorite Disney princess? Drop it in the comments for me. Who's your favorite Disney princess? Let's have a war of the princesses. Let's go. Let's drop it in. And you know, I got to say I'm a little biased. Look, I was born in the 80s. The 90s raised me. So there's some princesses I just don't count if it came after my time. Like I feel like it's for a younger generation, right? All right. Okay, I see Jasmine, Belle. Someone put happy endings take work. Okay. Listen, yes, they do. Drop it in the comments. We got Jasmine and Belle so far. Let me check my other comments on my other platforms as well. Cinderella. Who's your favorite Disney princess? Listen, I want to apologize from now. I'm gonna just put it out there because these Disney princesses are not all that they are cracked up to be at all. And I'm here to snatch some edges today because in fact, many of us have been living our lives identifying with these future queens, and we've entangled our real identities with these false identities. My mom says, Tiana, okay, yes, all right. Many of us have entangled our real identities with these false identities. What in the world is Coach K talking about? Let's break it on down, break it on down. We're going to start with Snow White. Let's talk about the Snow White identity, shall we? Snow White moved in with 7 complete strangers. Okay? She catered to their every need like a little slave, then got poisons from food that she ate from a complete stranger. Yes. How does that show up in our queendom? Well, you move too fast in relationships. You take on wife duties when you don't even have the title of girlfriend, and you end up feeling poisoned. I'm going to let that marinate. Does that sound familiar? Let's keep it moving. Belle, the Belle identity, shall we? This beauty fell in love with a beast that kidnapped her father, kept her captive in his palace, isolated her from her former life to the point that she was talking and dancing with furniture. Can we keep it real? Is this not what happened? And how does it show up in our queendom? You're a victim. You've convinced yourself that you're in love with your captor. He's controlling, abusive. He's isolated you. There are red flags everywhere that you ignore, but you stay because you feel like you can save him from his curse. Woo child. Woo child. Let's check in. Have you experienced these false identities yet? Do any of these resonate? Because I'm going to tell you, in high school, I was in a very toxic relationship and there were so many red flags, and I did not let it go. I did not let it go at all. I tried my best. That Snow White, she got trust issues. This Belle, she can't leave. It's some real entanglements happening in these fairy tales, y'all. And many times we can identify with these entanglements for sure. Let's move on to Miss Cinderella, shall we? The Cinderella identity. Cinderella lived with the name her toxic family gave her, experienced a traumatic childhood, and danced at a party for a few hours with a nice guy and used that as an escape. I'm sorry if I'm destroying childhood fairy tales right now, but this is about as real as it gets, right? Let me see them hearts in the comments if you really feel this. Yes, I got a comment that says, Miss Try to Fix a Man Child used to be me. Child, can we be real? You know we don't lie in the queendom. Let's be real, right? How does the Cinderella identity show up in the queendom? We want to get away so bad from toxic families that you fell in love with the first Prince Charming that came your way. And now you're stuck dealing with his family duties and still not even using your real name. Now, this is a really big issue, just like period. I remember my mom My father's name is Pastor Chowo, Brother Curtis, and people would literally call my mother Sister Curtis. Like, excuse me, no, I have a name, right? I used to laugh about it. And then I got married, and I swear the whole softball community that my husband is part of, for the longest, everyone called me Mrs. Boss, and I loved it, but people did not know my real name. They really constantly associated me with my husband. It's a thing, okay? It's a thing. So, yes, we moving on. We moving on to the next one, which used to be my absolute favorite, which is the Jasmine Identity. Jasmine. I guess she was my favorite at the time because she was the only brown princess that we had for a while. And y'all know that's the truth, right? So Jasmine's identity is like this. She was already a princess. She was living by her father's expectations and married a guy that was a thief, poor, talked to a monkey, and lied to her the whole time. Now, don't get me wrong, I love me some Aladdin. I definitely love Aladdin. But let's be real, shall we? How does this show up in our queendom? You're a high achiever. You have been living your life by others' expectations instead of your own. And you keep lowering your standards for these bums. Let's take a moment to let that marinate. Does that sound familiar? Go ahead and check on in. Have you been living as a Jasmine or a Cinderella? Mm. Oh, I said, woo, I almost did a Jasmine. Child, listen. Don't we do that? We lower our standards. Jasmine was most of these other princesses had to become a princess. Jasmine was already one. She was already there. But living by people's other expectations for what other people want for you, that's a real one. Women do that all the time, right? What about Cinderella? Her name is not Cinderella. It's Mariella. Mariella something something. And she just sitting there calling herself Cinderella, everybody, and that's just the abusive name that her family gave her because they would make her sleep by the fireplace and the cinder would get on her. And we really do take on those identities that our families try to place on us. Listen, I can go on for days. I can go on. I'm gonna give y'all a brief rundown. Elsa can't let go. Rapunzel could have been escaped. Can we be real? Rapunzel had hair so long that she would throw it down and a dude would climb up. So, boo, why you ain't cut your hair, make a rope and leave? I'm sorry. I digress. Mulan had to be a man to be taken serious. Sleeping Beauty doesn't understand consent. And Tiana got wrapped up in a man's beliefs. Tiana had her own dreams and everything else, and here go this dude with his little voodoo, and now you all wrapped up in it, child. And that was the one black princess we had. Like, why they have to do us that way? Anyway, I digress. What's the common theme here, y'all? What's the common theme? Well, most of these princesses are teenagers during this time. They experience some type of trauma, and their choices entangled them to a point of no escape, and honestly thought that a man was their only hope, their only way out. Why is always that a man got to come and rescue them? Many of us are entangled in these false identities too. We created these identities in order to escape our trauma. I taught y'all this the last time. It's what I'm all about. It's part of being spiritually locked in survival mode. Spiritually locked in somebody. Some of us are so entangled that we've forgotten who we really are. We're lost in the titles given to us. We've hidden our gifts. We've given up on our dreams. And we've attached our self-worth to the love of a man. If it's real, send up them hearts. If you know I'm telling the truth, you know we don't lie in the Queendom. And since we're being honest, I'm not just gonna put y'all out there, I'm gonna put myself out there. Do you wanna know who my favorite Disney princess is? If you know me, you should already know. Listen, Ariel. You can't tell me I'm not Ariel. No, you cannot. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Shut up, Ariel. Listen, shut up, ma'am. Because this is how it really went. Ariel abandoned her duties, gave up her voice, completely changed who she was to be part of a world she had no business being in. If that ain't me, I don't know who is, honey. I don't know who it is. How did it show up in the Queen's Creek? Look, someone typed in Rebel. You know where I'm going. Y'all know me so well. Rebel PK, me. Her daddy was Triton. My daddy's a pastor. He even sound like Sebastian, okay? You know them Caribbean people. I ran from my calling. I gave up my gifts. I wanted to be part of a world I had no business in. You know that part of the song where it's like, I wanna see, I'm dancing. I used to just imagine one day I'm gonna be able to go to parties. I ain't going to church almost every day of the week, child. You can't hold me back. You can't tell me nothing. Listen. But what it was is I was so lost. I was completely lost. By the age of 28, I found myself lost in the title of wife and mother. My mind, body, and spirit was lost. And in my darkest moment, I cried out to God to find me, like the real me. So let's check in. I need some truth happening. Have you ever felt like you lost your true self? Type it in the comments. Let me check my other platforms as well. Hey, Queen. Hey. Let me check every. Have you felt lost? I need some truth serum. We don't lie in the Queendom. Yes. Okay. The systems that we live in creates a false story, and we become upset when the end results isn't like the fairy. Yes. Yes. I got another yes. Yes, absolutely. We felt like we have lost our true selves. Some of us are still there. Some of us are still there. All right, y'all. Well, let me tell you something. There is only one person who could find the real you. There is only one. Jeremiah 1, verse 4 to 5. And this is the Message translation because y'all know I love me some King James. I love how poetic it is. But the Message is savage. It be snatching edges. And sometimes for a rebel like me, I need a different type of message, right? This is how it reads. This is what God said. Before I shaped you in the womb, I knew all about you. Before you saw the light of day, I had holy plans for you. Why are we going to anybody else to tell us who we are? Shouldn't we be going to the person that before we were even thought of by our mother, before we were even forming in her womb, he already knew all about us. Before we even bust through at the day of light, the light of day, he already had plans for our life. Why are we going to anyone else? There's only one person, and that is God through Jesus Christ. Now, if there's only one person, then there's only one way to find the real you. We back in Jeremiah again. This is Jeremiah chapter 29, 11 through 14. I know what I'm doing. I have it all planned out. Plans to take care of you, not abandon you. Plans to give you the future that you hope for. When you call on me, when you come and pray to me, I'll listen. When you come looking for me, you'll find me. Yes, when you get serious about finding me and want it more than anything else, I'll make sure you won't be disappointed. God's decree. So, Queens, here's my question to you. Are you lost? Are you tired of being entangled in false identities? Are you desperate to find your real identity in Jesus Christ? Are you done with these fairy tales? Are you ready to find your real, true self? Listen, well, book a consultation with me. I know how to do it because God pulled me through it and He gave me a plan. I'm not saying I'll do it by myself. It's going to be me, you, and Jesus. So go to www.coachkbeautiful.com, SKBeautiful, KBEAU2FUL.com, and book a consultation with me. Don't forget to join the Kweendom, 5:30 in the morning, 5:30 for Coach K Beautiful on Instagram. Make sure you click that link in my bio. Make sure you book a consultation. And remember, Queens, keep your heads high, because the only time a queen bows her head is today.